Two issues with voting on Election Day now coming to light in southern Indiana. It's our top story here on the WHAS 11 night team. Hi, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt. More than 4,000 votes not counted correctly. And this isn't the first time. WHAS 11 night team's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester are live right now at one of those voting locations. What'd you learn about this, Clarice?
Yes, Doug, the Renaissance Academy in Clarksville is one of 3 total locations in the county where votes just weren't accounted for. I actually spoke to a voter who came here Tuesday to cast her vote with a process that she said was very quick and simple. She's surprised this could have happened. But as I continue to talk to voters, they seem to see this as a with this problem, they didn't seem to see any
super simple, super easy, fast.
That's how Amanda Cahill describes her experience voting at Renaissance Academy in Clarksville, Indiana, where after she voted, her ballot was one of over 4,000 that were not counted.
To go and vote and then to find out that perhaps it didn't count at all, literally.
Shock settling in with voters.
But I'm also disappointed.
Learning of the 3 voting locations affected, Renaissance Academy, River Valley Middle School, and the Clark County Fairgrounds, with the issue boiling down to the memory cards used to transfer votes to the central office.
I think there's an opportunity to fix the process, and I'd like to see that.
This week, the election office already suffered a 12-hour delay in reporting results because early and absentee ballots were not being grouped correctly. These machine issues are a repeat of a similar issue that happened in 2022.
I think at this point, we're going to try to work with the vendor, try to figure out exactly why this could possibly happen in order to keep it from happening in the future.
Some voters calling it an imperfect system.
Or we're going to do what we need to do, or hope that other people who are in the positions to do what they need to do would do the right thing to fix things.
Others want Clark County government to make improvements before the next votes are cast.
So clearly the process is flawed, and there's a training opportunity for all involved.
So, Doug, while this election issue did change the amount of votes that were reported, the county clerk stresses it did not change the actual election results. And we did ask him if the system is the issue, would county funding help with this issue? And he did say that this would help his office look for other options. Reporting live in Clarksville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS 1119 on your side. Doug?
Clarice, thank you very much. Now tonight, 3 people are charged in an Iranian-backed plot to assassinate President-elect Donald Trump. This plot, an attempt to avenge the death of the leader of Iran's elite forces back in January of 2020. Farhad Shakiri, Carlisle Rivera, and Jonathan Lodeholt have all been charged with murder for hire. Rivera and Lodeholt were arrested in New York, while Shakiri is believed to be in Tehran, working as an asset of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Right now, new on the night team. The woman accused of killing her 3-year-old son and stuffing his body in a Las Vegas-style suitcase is still unfit to stand trial. DeJohn Anderson is charged with murder and multiple other charges in connection with the death of her 5-year-old son, Cairo Jordan. Back in August, Judge Larry Medlock in southern Indiana ordered Anderson to undergo psychiatric treatment after 2 doctors found her unable to stand trial. This week, the Logansport State Hospital superintendent sent a letter to Judge Medlock saying Anderson remains unable to stand trial, citing a report from a doctor at the facility. But they do believe she will be fit in the near future. If Anderson is not deemed competent enough to stand trial within 6 months after she was admitted, the facility plans to petition the court for a regular civil commitment. WHAS 11 News today obtained the NTSB preliminary findings into the medical helicopter crash that killed the 3-person crew on board northeast of Louisville. The helicopter crashed on Monday, October 7th, after hitting the guy wire of the KET television tower in Owen County, Kentucky. The chopper came from the northeast to pick up a patient. The position of the sun is also highlighted in the report. It was just after 5:30 at the time of the crash, with the sun beginning to lower. Veteran pilot and WHAS 11's Reed Yaden serves as our aviation expert and talked about the guy wire and the position of the sun.
You can't see what's in front of you. It's very difficult. And you can multiply that many times more when you're flying a helicopter, and a guy wire is not that big around.
20,000 total hours of flight experience and had landed in the area before. The report does not place blame, but it is not the final report. Indiana State Police are investigating after an inmate was discovered dead inside the Clark County Jail this week. According to the Clark County Sheriff's Office, 63-year-old Carl Jewell of Kentucky died at the jail Monday. The assistant chief confirming the death to WHAS 11 News, saying it appears to be medically related and they do not suspect foul play. Indiana State Police are investigating what happened. Also new tonight, the current Clark County Sheriff Scotty Maples says he's donating money that the former sheriff Jamie Knoll had donated to his campaign for sheriff. Knoll is now in prison after pleading guilty to felony charges of fraud and theft. Maples said he accepted a $5,000 donation, not knowing that he would actually help uncover the corruption and criminal acts Knoll had committed while serving as sheriff. In a post to social media, Maples said he's donating that money to the Clark County Youth Shelter, saying in part, "They deserve it. He does not, and I do not want it. I truly believe that if my team and I hadn't done the right thing and reported Jamie Knoll to the Indiana State Police about ghost employment at the sheriff's office, it would have never led to the investigation regarding New Chapel, and Knoll would still be out in the community stealing tax dollars today." Happening today, the ribbon is cut. The doors open on Monday for patients at the new Norton West Louisville Hospital. Neighbors now have only minutes to drive to get the health care that they struggled to find for decades. WHAS 11's Ian Hardwitt and our senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton covered the joy and hope at 28th and Broadway for West Louisville.
2, 1.
This celebration was over 100 years in the making.
And I'm greeting you at the door and welcoming you in. And I'm just ready. We're ready to roll out on Veterans Day and do this.
For a century and a half, West Louisville went without life-saving care close to home.
On Monday morning, when those doors go open, that's no longer true. It's time.
A time for cherishing the victory and acknowledging the painful past that robbed a community of what it needed.
The pain of discrimination, of racism, that have led to 150 years without a hospital.
Reflection continued in prayer, the hospital's chaplain blessing the grounds.
You have been with us.
And then we have this beautiful black woman leading the charge. It just means a lot.
Here she is, Corinza Townsend, the hospital's chief administrator.
Let's do this, y'all. This is what this was built for. This is what we were built for.
Imbued with purpose. Mother Kiesta Moran knows her work here is part of history she can share with her children when they drive by.
And someday, you know, they may want to be a part of it, so it opens doors for them as well.
Doors, she said, took too long to open, but the moment has finally come. I'm Ian Hardwitt for the WHAS 11 Night Team, on your side.
It was such a special and big day, and I was on location at the hospital earlier tonight anchoring our special coverage as we took WHAS 11 News at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 6 on the road right to 28th and Broadway. You can check out our stories, including the report that WHAS 11 journalist Shirlene Shanklin did on the black artist chosen by Norton to fill the walls with local art. Shirlene grew up in West Louisville, and I also asked her about the struggles to get health care over the decades. Just go to WHAS11.com or our WHAS 11 YouTube page. You will find her story and many, many others.